Hey, what's up, cool? It's Guys here. As you guys may or may not already know, Mineplex just released a huge update to its most popular game mode, CAKEWARS. In this video, I'm going to be going over what was changed in the update, as well as giving my own thoughts and opinions. But before we continue, make sure to like the video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you enjoy my content. With that being said, let's jump right in. First, we're going to go over what was changed in the update. Now, quite a few things were changed, so I'll go ahead and put some pictures of the exact changelog from Mineplex up on the screen for you guys. I'll cover the main changes, but if you'd like to read through everything, you can go ahead and pause the screen, or you can check out the Mineplex forums, link in the description below. So some of the things you might notice right away is the health indicator on top of each player, as well as the messages for when a player is capturing a beacon and the sound it comes with. Now, I do like the health indicator, although I don't use it much. The sound was just a little overpowering for me. Luckily, you can turn it off in the settings by going to the hostile mobs and turning the volume all the way down. They also added a cake eating sound for when an enemy is eating your cake. Now, this is actually very useful for me because there have been so many times when I die right as my cake gets eaten. And this honestly just helps me be a little bit more careful. If I hear that sound going on in the background, I know to be careful when I'm bridging or not to take too many fights and not to be so aggressive. Now we can also get resources from killing enemies, which makes rushing much easier. I've gotten 30 to 50 bricks multiple times after my first rush. And when you finish killing a team, the contents of their ender chest gets put into a shulker box near the gen. Now this is really good because I basically go from an iron sword and no armor to a full iron set and a pickaxe at the end of my first team wipe. Now for the ender chest getting put into the shulker box, really it's very rare that I ever find anything in the shulker box, so I mean it's kind of useless, but it's a good feature, if someone decides to stash their emeralds or stars in the e-chest, they're gonna be there once you wipe the whole team. So if you don't get it off their person, you're gonna get it in the shulker box. And now they also made it to where your teammates' resources get added to the generator if they disconnect from the game or if they leave the game. This is pretty useful because if my teammate is camping the gen, goes AFK, and then gets kicked for inactivity, at least the resources that he got get put into the gen, and now either I or my teammates can get them. So that's actually really good, and I like that feature, although I probably don't use it much because I just play solo, and if my teammates leave, they leave. By the time I come back, the resources are gone. But that's okay because they did make some shop changes. They added new items, my favorite being the player tracker, and they changed the price for some of the items such as the TNT poly and the TNT trap. Now you can get the TNT poly for 8 emeralds, and the TNT trap went from 15 emeralds down to 10 emeralds. So, more people might start using the TNT trap, which is actually pretty useful because it launches players super high up in the sky and most of the times into the void whenever they try to eat your cake. Now for my favorite part of the update, they buffed all the kits for CAKEWARS. Warrior kit now gets strength for 3 seconds and instant 1.5 hearts instead of the regeneration. Builder kit no longer regenerates terracotta, but they still start off with the 16 clay blocks. Builders now generate up to 32 wool blocks and 5 deploy platforms. The Archer kit gets 4 arrows instead of 2, and a fully charged shot can destroy a wool block. Now, for the Archer kit, unfortunately, this doesn't really change that much other than players get to spam their bow a little bit more often. Maybe somebody might trap, with the penetration perk to where they can destroy the wool block. But the 2 kits that are really OP specifically are the Builder and the Warrior kit. Now, the Warrior kit, it's not super OP, but I feel like it's pretty good because, the regeneration really didn't work. So the instant 1.5 hearts is way better than the old Warrior kit. And the strength for 3 seconds instead of, I think it was 1 or 2 seconds before. Yeah, that's definitely a plus. But the Builder kit, now the Builder kit is the one that I feel is OP because you still start off with the 16 terracotta, so you get the easy cake defense, and you're generating the up to the 32 wool while you still have that in your inventory. See, before, you know, you had the 16 blocks at the start and you weren't regenerating anything because you could only get up to 6 of the terracotta. So I mean, you're basically regenning blocks as you're waiting for your bricks. So by the time you actually buy, you know, your iron sword or your blocks to start off with, you have enough to get to the next base on pretty much any map for your first rush. So definitely, if you guys are like grinding or going for fast wins, I recommend at least one person on your team gets the builder kit, so that way they can instantly bridge to your first rush. Now, I also forgot to mention they made changes to the cake islands as well. And for those of you who are confused on what a cake island is, it's those little islands that spawn in between like the emerald points and your base, and they contain like a little chest in the middle. The ones that disappear after, I think it's like 30 seconds whenever you get the item from the chest. So basically what they did with those is they buffed the loot table, they added diamond armor, higher quantities of items or resources, and they also added an efficiency 3 gold pickaxe. Those are the things that I remember. You can go ahead and check the list to see whatever they added, or if you found that they added something else, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. But yeah, the gold pickaxe, definitely one of the most OP pickaxes in the game. It basically instant mines like endstone and terracotta, so if you get that right off the bat, I mean, you're pretty much set. They upped the quantities, so before it used to be like you could get 1 ender pearl or like 2 gaps and like 15 emeralds, I think. Now you can get up to, I think the most I've ever gotten on emeralds was like 27, and they also added bricks in there. The most ender pearls I've ever got was 4, and I've got 5 gaps recently in a game earlier today. So I mean, I'm not sure exactly what the limit is, but I did get much better loot this time. And of course they still have the knockback sword, the most OP sword, especially if you get it and then you upgrade to sharpness after you have it in your inventory. Definitely an OP sword. So I think that covers all of the big changes for today. If I missed anything, go ahead and feel free to let me know in the comments below. This update was really great, you guys. I'm definitely enjoying it. I'm so glad to see Mineplex finally heading in the right direction, and I hope this update brings more players to the Mineplex and Bedrock community as a whole. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and you know what? Go ahead and join the Discord, link in the description below. Peace.
Hi, class is in session and I am the teacher. I put up points while you talking to bleachers. Laugh at you fakes as I puff on this reefer. Claim I am trash and then beg for a